After a quick, successful move it ride, I have made it here to the ferry terminal. Getting ready to jump on a ferry from Manila to Cebu, so come along for another ferry journey. It says to arrive 3 to 4 hours prior to departure, but I did not want to make it here that early, so it is about an hour 45 until departure, and so far so good. Making my way into the terminal now does not seem to be an issue that I'm, a little bit closer to departure time. I do know they're strict about cutting off boarding an hour prior to departure, but hour 45, I should be good to go. Made it through security, just waiting at the check-in counter now. All right, so far security process was quick and easy. Then just had to wait to get checked in at the counter. So far that all took maybe 15 minutes because there is a big line of people, and right here waiting to board the boat, as you can see, there's a big long line of people. It's about an hour and 40 minutes until departure right now. And I'm glad I didn't push it any closer because I can see where, with everyone kind of showing up last minute-ish, where you could get pushed to that last hour timeline and potentially not be able to board. I gotta say, first impressions of this boat, it is much bigger than the boats that go to Karaoke. This thing looks more like a small cruise ship, to be honest. Curious to see what it looks like when I get on. It definitely costs more than the ride to Karaoke, but it's also a longer ride and all of that. So yeah, really curious to see what it's like because I really enjoyed the ride to and from Karaoke. So I'm sure I'm gonna love this one as well. Man, this ship has an escalator on board. That's how you really know we're moving up in the world. When your ferry has an escalator, this is high class stuff right here.
Hello.
Hanging out here in the little restaurant cafeteria area, obviously much nicer, much different than the last ferry I was on. But that also means stuff is much more expensive, so thankfully I brought some snacks along. This little piece of cassava cake, which I just discovered the other day, and it's my new favorite thing. It's absolutely delicious. My ticket includes a lunch meal and a dinner meal, but not breakfast, so I'm just gonna snack on this for right now. I have some apples, other snacks as well. I'll show more of the boat later, give a tour of everything, of course, but for right now I'm gonna eat a snack, probably go lay down for a bit because I only got about 3 hours of sleep last night, and then check in a little while. But so far, everything's going great. Got on the boat. Got my bed sheet, having a snack, and gonna go rest for a little bit and then check in soon. Right outside the cafeteria here, there's also a little coffee bar, which is quite nice. You can get an Americano, latte, all that kind of stuff, rather than just instant coffee, which is all I expected them to have. So I'll probably be checking that out later when I decide to get up from my nap. Right after just taking a lovely 3.5 hour nap, I slept great. Just went and had some lunch, which I thought was quite good. Nice hot food off the cafeteria line. Not a huge portion, of course, but definitely good enough for me, good enough for lunch. Just heading back to my room right now. My ferry ticket was a little over $50, which isn't the cheapest, but I did book it early last minute, and I've heard the prices do go up the later you book it. So I think you can get it for cheaper, but I don't know. So far, I've really enjoyed the experience. I'm also really surprised at the amount of staff. There are staff everywhere, and they're constantly cleaning, like the railings, the stairs, the walkways. They're constantly sweeping, cleaning windows, wiping things down, like non-stop. There's like, I don't know, dozens and dozens and dozens of staff. Super friendly, all of them. Always asking if you need anything. And this is what I'm saying. See the staff, they're just everywhere, just cleaning, wiping. And it's the same way out in like the main hallways, the main lobbies. They're just cleaning everything constantly, which is obviously very nice. I will say snacks and food and drinks, that kind of stuff, is quite expensive on board, so I'd recommend bringing some snacks and drinks along. There's a water refill station and free hot water, which is great. Well, at first I was thinking it was kind of expensive, 150 for an iced Americano, but turns out it comes with this nice little piece of cake as well, which I didn't even realize the menu didn't say that. So I don't know if it's supposed to come with it or if they just gave me it. I don't know, who knows? But 150 pesos for iced Americano and this piece of cake, and gonna dig right in, see how it is. I'm sure it's great. Of course it's gonna be great. Good Americano, good and strong. I have no idea what kind of cake this is. It is so light and fluffy. It slaps, not gonna lie. And I don't really think I paid for it, to be honest. I think they just gave it to me. I don't know, people are so nice here, you never really know, but this is delicious. Viva! Viva! Viva Mexico! Viva! Viva! Viva Mexico! Viva! Viva! Viva Mexico! I'm so fascinated by this ferry. We've got live dance performances, we've got karaoke, we've got DJs, we've got coffee shops, we've got hair salons. I mean, like I said, it's basically a small cruise ship, which I don't feel like it's necessarily advertised that way. It's just a ferry, but I guess it's like a luxury sort of ferry. I don't really know, but as far as I could tell, it's the only option to ferry from Manila to Cebu. Having a great ride so far. As you can tell, you definitely aren't going to be bored on this boat, whether you're social or not. I wasn't really planning to be that social, kind of just wanted to take some time to kind of recharge, reset, but then just started talking with some of the crew and some of the other passengers, and it's been great. Everyone is so friendly, as usual, as the experience has been so far. I think I just heard some announcement about a karaoke competition. You have to go to the front desk to register for it, which I'm not gonna do, but you know, maybe I'll hang out and watch it later. People have already been playing karaoke just casually, but I guess there's a competition or something. Who knows? I don't know. No one knows. Again, I thought I was gonna go chill, lay down, watch a movie, whatever, but then the karaoke competition started in the cafeteria, so of course I had to go check that out, watch the people sing, and some people are really, really good. It's funny. I don't know what it is about karaoke here. They absolutely love it. Everyone gets into it, and a lot of folks are really, really good at it. That was fun. Just hung out there for a while and then went up and checked out the top deck. It is very bright and sunny out there, but it felt good to get some fresh air. So I'm back on my little stairwell here, which is like the only quiet place that I can talk to the camera without, like, you know, karaoke and chaos in the background. I have about an hour and a half until dinner is gonna be served. So just gonna go relax for a while and wait for the old dinner call. Alright, it's about 9 o'clock now. The evening has continued to move right along. Dinner is very tasty. It wasn't very big, so I bought an extra piece of chicken for 100 pesos, which isn't the cheapest, kind of spendy, but it's worth it. You know, I was hungry, so all good. If the ferry's on schedule, allegedly we're supposed to get in at about 7 a.m. tomorrow. I'd be surprised if we make it that early, because I feel like we still have a long ways to go, but we'll see. I don't really know. I will check in bright and early tomorrow morning. Ferry. It is about 6 a.m. I slept amazing, went to bed at about 10 p.m., slept till 6. And sure enough, we are really close to Cebu. It appears that this ferry is gonna be right on schedule. So just brushed my teeth, gonna get my stuff together and get ready to arrive in Cebu. All right, after a little bit of a hectic time getting off the ship there, I have made it here to Cebu. I was really impressed that the boat arrived literally at 7 a.m. like on the dot. I don't know that I've ever been on a ferry anywhere in the States or wherever that was that punctual. And then it only took maybe half hour to funnel people off. Obviously people are still getting off behind me. Overall, a great journey there on the to-go ferry. I am now here in Cebu. However, I do not have cell service, and I also forgot to download Google Maps here. So I have no idea where I'm going. I suppose I'll just make my way off the pier area here and then ask around, see if I can either find a ride, find some Wi-Fi, something of that sort.